Let your breath come into your practice. Oh, it's called Kelowna. Thank you, Cindy. I know. I knew that. All right, so let's come to standing here and figure out where everything is right now. Hips over ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, hands by your side, and palms forward. And just let your breath settle in for a nice practice tonight. We're nice and long and upright here, so just let the breath move freely through you. Each time you inhale and exhale, gaining a little more freedom of the breath. And starting to picture the breath, okay, as we exhale deeply and press belly button toward the spine, we're going to inhale and make a big circle. So let the breath go forward, side, side, back. Make a big circle, fill, 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 and exhale, soften. Inhale, fill, big circle. The breath is going all the way to the tips of your toes, the tips of your fingers, and the crown of your head. And exhale, soften. And just go through those breaths, whatever that's meaning to you right now, to be nice and spacious in your breath. Whatever amount of time it takes you to get to that spaciousness. And maybe a final time. And release. All right, so this being Monday, we might have some stuff that we want to just get out of our way so we can practice. So let's turn the palms out. Exhale, keeping the feet grounded. Inhale, float the arms up as far as your arms are going to go tonight. And then turn your palms toward the earth and just press that, whatever it is that you don't want to bring into your practice, down into the earth. Let it stay there. Inhale, up. And pressing right down through center. Release. Inhale, up. And one more time, just anything you're not wanting to carry around anymore, just let it go. And then just come back to your breath. See how things are feeling. All right. So we're going to be doing a lot of our spinal movements from seated. We're just going to gently warm up the spine with a few prior movements before we head to the earth here. So let's bring the hands to the thighs here and round slightly forward and inhale gently back. So just gentle back and forward. And if you want to, add some heels as you do it. If that enhances your experience, feel free to go for that. If that makes you stop focusing on your back, on your spine and start worrying about falling over, then just leave the heels out. Make sense? And the next time your hands are forward, just roll up. Let's roll the shoulders back with intention here. Nice and slow, not just kind of rolling them, just nice roll. Okay, and we think about bringing them back because we spend so much of our day forward here. And roll. And come back to standing. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, and press the palms toward the sky here. Now press your feet into the earth, and we're lifting ribs away from the hips as we extend the spine. Did you feel you know where we're going. Did you feel yourself get a little taller here? Inhale, and as you exhale, let's tilt to the left and look up to the right. And come center, and tilt to the right and look up to the left. So we're gently moving into this, back over to the left, gaze up to the right, Giving the spine time to adjust before we really go very deeply into it. Pay attention to what your spine is telling you as you move to one side and gaze up to the other and over. So just get a nice little motion going for yourself. We started to the left, so the next time you go to the right, you'll be even. So come on back up. Now we're going to go back over to the left and stay there. Release the arms long by the shoulders here and bring them back up, and notice what's happening in your ribs, especially the right ribs, as you open the arms and bring them back up. We'll do that one more time to this side. Open and bring them back up. Now come to vertical here, straight up. Reach up with one arm and then the other. And remember, we're not hiking the shoulders to the ears. We're pulling the ribs, drawing the ribs, let's say, away from the hips. Reach and reach. Everybody's nice and tall now. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms up toward the sky. Take it over to the right, staying here. Release the hands, open the arms, and observe what's going on in your body as you bring your arms back. Open, and bring them back. Open, and bring them back, coming up to center. And let's draw both arms long, press the feet into the earth. Get as tall as you've ever been here. Inhale, and now bend the knees and hips. Exhale, draw your hands behind. We're coming up, and exhale. And just freely move through this. Just release, release, release. Yeah. All right, now bring your hands down by your side. You're back in mountain pose. And we do want to focus extra on some twisting today. So let's go ahead and start our twisting in a standing position with the feet hip-width distance apart. Now imagine that you have a block in between your legs and take your thighs magnetically toward each other. Feel how strong your legs are now. Take your hands to arms to goalpost. Elbows stay in line with the shoulders here. Inhale, and as you exhale, gently twist to the right. Not too far, just a bit. We're only twisting from the waist. Come center, inhale. Exhale, gently twist to the left. And center. And we're going to the right. And center to the left. Notice if your hips are following you, try and keep them straight ahead. And center, right, and left. We're going to do it one more time at this pace. Right and left. Now we're coming to the right with a long spine, staying here. Bring your right hip a little more forward, just in case it decided to start spinning back. And your left hip back a little more. And then extend your arms as you exhale. Lengthen your spine even more. And turn your gaze towards your right fingertips. On your next exhale, turn your gaze toward the left. And on your next exhale, turn your gaze back to the right. And then come center with goalpost arms. We've got one more side to do, then the arms get a break. Lengthen the ribs away from the hips so the spine is super long here. Elbows out by the shoulders, and exhale to the left. Tack your left hip forward and your right hip back. Spine is nice and long. Extend the arms. With a long spine, take your gaze towards your left fingertips. Yes. On your exhale, gaze to the right. Beautiful. And take your gaze back to the left. And then come center with goalpost arms here. Reach up. Tall, tall, tall. Press your feet into the earth and exhale, hands down by your side. And just go ahead and freely move around for a moment, whatever you feel like you need to do. I've seen all kinds of things here, so Really, truly, this is free forming it. Okay, and then we're going to come to the top of the mat and start to find our way down to the earth for a few minutes. Okay, so the feet are hip width distance apart. And as you tap into your breath, see if you notice any difference in how the breath feels, any change. Maybe. We're just observing. We're not forcing and we're not judging, right? Inhale, float the arms up. Remember where those hip creases are? They're right here with a long spine. Fold forward over your hip creases as far as you want to go. Maybe you go put hands to the thighs. Maybe you put hands to the shins. Maybe you're ready for your hands to be farther down than that. That's completely up to you. Bend your knees, bend your hips, shine your heart forward. We're in half lift here. Sink the hips down as you bring your hands to the mat and step back into a downward facing dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Press one heel down and hold. And press the other heel down and hold. Press both heels down and hold. Inhale and exhale. All right. I forgot to mention, if you need extra padding, if you like to have extra padding for your knees, grab that now, have it nearby, or you can, sometimes flip up the edge of your mat, okay? So we're going to now bring the knees down to the mat, sit off to the side. We'll need that knee padding in a minute or two, okay? Take the legs straight and let's find seated mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. All right, bring your hands to heart center, lean back, and if your legs will cross, let them cross. If they don't want to cross, you can stay with straight legs here. Bring your hands down by your side. Inhale. Okay, so we are going to go back to some tilting, but also draw it into a circle. So inhale the right arm up, left hand is gentle on the mat, barely touching, and tilt to the left. Shoulders stay stacked, just as though we were doing triangle here. And take your right hand down, left arm up, right hand is barely touching, tilt to the left. We're still drawing the ribs away from the hips here. We're not drawing the shoulders to the ears, and we're not raising the hips. So let's go back over to the left. And down and to the right. And down. Now we're going to put the left hand on the left thigh, take the body over to the left, and make some nice big releasing circles here. The next time you're over to the left, just stay here. Bend your right elbow. Put your right hand behind your head. We're not pressing against the head. We're just going to take the right elbow toward the left knee. Just toward. Probably won't touch. Bring it back up. Bring both arms overhead. Tilt to the right. Right hand to the right thigh. Tilt. And make big circles here. Yeah. And the next time you're over to the right, just stay here. Bend your left elbow. Inhale and take your left elbow toward your right knee. Come up and release and shake everything out. Inhale and exhale. I feel like somebody's coming and going. Things just keep shifting for me, but anyway, we're going to keep moving. That's why I'm getting a little confused here. All right, things are moving on here. Let's open up the hips. So hands are to the heart center. Lean back, lift maybe one foot, maybe both feet. Now, when you do this, your core needs to be engaged and your spine needs to be long. It's not like I'm here, right? We're engaged and we've got the right ankle over the left, arms overhead, inhale, palms forward, exhale, palms to the mat, gaze past your fingertips and say hello to your right hip. Inhale the arms up, cross left ankle over right, palms forward, exhale, gazing past the fingertips, waking up the left hip. And let's take it up, right ankle over left and forward. And you can start to find your own pace with this. One breath per movement, but it's your breath, right? So you might be going at a slightly different pace. Just make sure you're staying engaged, keeping your spine long, folding forward from the hip creases, okay? So a forward fold from the hip creases is going to look like this rather than this, okay? Up, switch, down. Yes. Whew. Okay, the next time you come up from having your left leg in front, you should be even. So come on up and hang out here with the arms long and the feet lifted. Wiggle your fingers at me if you feel your core working here, right? Inhale and exhale. And take your right ankle in front of your left. Turn your palms forward. And we're going to come down and stay this time. Press palms into the mat, long spine. Inhale, shine your heart forward. And as you exhale, see if that right hip is ready for you to move your fingers forward any amount. Is there space for that, or should you just be staying up here? It's between you and your hips right now. And breathe here. Press your palms into the mat, look forward, and as you exhale, walk your hands a couple of steps over to the right. You're going to feel a nice length in the left side here, and then walk those right fingertips away so you get length in your right side too. Check to see if your left hip has followed you. Bring it back down to the mat. Walk your hands to center. Press into your palms. Look up. Inhale, exhale. You might wiggle those fingertips a little more forward if they want to go there. Take both hands over to the left. Press the palms in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, deepen. And come back to center, pressing the palms one more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, see if those fingertips have any room to move forward. And with long arms, bring your arms up and your feet. Core is engaged here. It's having a good time. Cross your left ankle in front of your right. Turn your palms forward and exhale down. We're going to do the same sequence now with the left leg in front. See which hip you feel when you come down. Predominantly feel. You might feel both, but probably your left hip more than your right. Press your palms into the earth. Look up. Exhale. See if those fingers want to crawl forward any amount. Good. And from here, press your palms into the earth, look up, and walk your hands 2 steps over to the left. Walking the left fingertips away this time. Okay, we automatically get a nice stretch in the right. We've got to walk the fingertips away to increase the stretch in the left. Inhale, look up, exhale, walk your hands back to the front here. Palms in, look up, exhale, wiggle those fingertips forward. Inhale and take your hands 2 steps over to the right. Okay. Yep. Press your palms in, look up, and release into it. So we're releasing over to the right, and we walk the right fingertips away because the left side has automatically got a great stretch to it. Yep, there you go. And come back through center. Long arms, legs up. Inhale, uncross and bring it down. All right, so let's go ahead and have the feet hip-width distance. We're going to work on the core. The feet are going to stay down for this sequence here, okay? So the feet are hip-width distance and your palms are touching. So far your spine is long, and let's lean back into core engagement here. Core engagement, core challenge, and bring it up. Take it back, and both hands to the right. Reach. Take it back, and center. Take it back, and both hands to the left as you come up. Reach. And center. Now we're going to go left first, to the left, and back, center, back, and to the right, center, and up, and release. Okay. Did that make sense? Everybody good? Okay, we're going to continue with that. Okay, adding on a little bit. So the palms are touching. That's part of the work, is just keeping those palms touching rather than interlace, touch. Okay, let's take it back. Lift the arms, bring them forward and up. Take it back. Lift the arms, go to the right and back. Back, arms up, come forward. Take it back. Arms up, arms to the left. Get back, arms up, forward. We're just going to keep going right, left, center. Or it's actually more right, center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. Right, center, left, center. One more round through. Right, center, left, and center, and release. Shake it out. Whew. Anybody feeling anything going on in the core here? All right. Okay. So just a little, that was pretty challenging and also a little confusing. Apologies for the confusion, but the challenge I'm not apologizing for. Okay, let's breathe. Inhale and exhale. All right. So lean back on your hands here and just let your knees open and close. A lot of times when we do that, we're using the front hip flexor a lot along with the core. So we're going to take the feet almost mat width distance apart now, okay? And supporting on the hands, take your right knee over to the right and your left knee over to the left. So it's like seated windshield wipers, left knee to the right, and go side to side. Doing this more for release, releasing. Readjust your hands anytime that's needed. Okay, I think we started with the right knee to the left. So next time you go left knee to the right, you'll be about even. And come center. Give your legs a crazy shake and come to hands and knees. Here's where you might want some padding. And remember, if you don't like being on hands and knees at all, you can always do these things standing up. We're going to be doing a reach through. So we're on hands and knees here. The wrists can be right under the shoulders, or they could be slightly forward if you want less of a right angle in the wrists. Okay? All right, so we're going to square ourselves off here, reach up with the right arm, and then under with the palm facing up, twist. Reach up with the right arm, palm facing up, twist under. Everybody getting this? Up and under. Yes. Up Now the next time you're under, stay here, okay? So we've warmed it up, now we're going to stay. We've got the right arm under, and we're going to release that left arm farther forward here. So just walk the left fingertips more forward. And then come back to all fours, and we'll do the same thing with the left, starting with the left arm first. Left arm up and under. Left arm up and under. Yeah, really getting that twist, bringing out that dampness. And under, left arm up, under and hold. And then walk those right fingertips forward. And come back to hands and knees here. Okay, we're going to do our push-ups. Remember, we want triceps push-ups here. So everybody go ahead and bring your hands to the mat. Roll your shoulder blades down your spine. Have your elbows facing forward here. And we're doing our push-ups with the elbows back close to the body, right? Not elbows out. Come into a knee down plank, push up, and press the hips back toward the heels. Knee down plank, push up, triceps push up. And that's our chaturanga. Yes, you've all done this. Good. 3, 2, and then find your way to a nice child's pose with your head supported. So your head is going to be resting either comfortably on the mat or make a pillow with your hands. Sometimes you need to make fists with your hands depending on how far away your forehead is from the mat. We just don't want the head floating in space because that's uncomfortable. Nice. And float yourself into a beautiful downward facing dog. Remember, you can be working at a wall, at a chair for any of this. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to start walking the feet forward, taking them wider until they get to be mat width distance apart, drawing the what are these called? Your forearms to your thighs, your hands to your heart. Press up through the legs, fingertips up to the sky. Inhale and release into mountain pose. All right. Everybody okay? Are we good so far? Okay. Told you it's going to be pretty vigorous because you're all in very good shape and you've had a lot of practice, so we don't need to stop a lot. Okay, so we're going to come to the top of the mat and begin some sun salutations. Let's find our breath here. Find mountain pose. Remember, anytime we're folding from the hip creases. Put your hands right on your hip creases. Find them. Keeping the spine long. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. See how the hamstrings feel as you keep your hips over your ankles and go as far as you want, which could not very far. Bring your hands to your thighs. Set your hips back. Shine your heart forward. Okay, we're starting to feel like chair, so let's do it. Bring the arms up and come into chair. There you go. Come into chair. All right, let's stand tall and release. Come back into chair here. Set the hips down, down, down. This time bring the hands to the mat and step back with the right leg coming into lunge and moving the hip around here. Inhale and exhale. Bring the left leg back for knee up or knee down plank. Chaturanga. And shine your heart forward for cobra and come into downward facing dog. All right, so we're going to do some hip release in down dog here. If you are not wanting to be on your in your down dog for so long, remember you can do this at the wall. Take your right leg up to hip height and make some small circles in one direction. Make those circles larger. See how steady you can keep your body just moving that right hip. And then take whatever big step is for you right now, forward with your right foot. Wiggle your right foot closer to your hands, or your hands closer to your right foot. You're back in a lunge. Wiggle around in your lunge. And then take a big step forward with your back foot. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, anybody need something different with that? Are we all good to go? Top of the mat, feet hip width. Find mountain pose, find your breath. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. There you go. Your swan dive, as deep as you want. All right, hands to the thighs, hips and knees bend. Shine your heart forward for a half lift and take it into chair. Stand tall in your chair. Press your feet into the earth. Feel yourself growing taller, taller, taller. Exhale the hands down and float right back into your chair. And from here, start to draw your hips lower and lower and lower. Now the hands come down and the left leg steps back for that nice, beautiful lunge. Releasing into the lunge. Yes, there it is. It's a lunge. Okay, and from here, find your way to plank. We're going to play with plank a little bit. We haven't done that in a while. So everybody come into knee down plank. Tuck your toes. And then raise your knees 2 inches off the mat. Bring your knees down. Toes are still tucked. Raise your knees 2 inches off the mat. Feel anything working here? Bring the knees down. And then raise your knees 2 inches or come into a full knee up plank. Your choice. And we're going chaturanga now. Remember, elbow creases are forward. Triceps push up, chaturanga. Oh. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we want to prepare for our baby dancer, which I guess we'll do some of it down here too in the bow. So let's start with the left arm parallel to the top of your mat. Okay, can you see my forearm parallel to the top of your mat? Bend your right leg, draw your right hand back, and if you catch your ankle, that's great. If you don't catch your ankle, just wave to it. Press your left forearm into the mat, lift your heart, and press your right ankle into your right hand. So we've got the right hand on the right ankle, or we're just waving. We're getting a little back bend out of this, release. Now we're going to do half bow on the other side. Right forearm parallel with the front of the mat. Bend your left leg. Take your left hand back, catch your left ankle, or just wave to it. Press your right forearm into the mat, lift your heart, and press your left hand, your left ankle into your left hand. Okay, so that's the bow pose, half bow, release. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead on that pillow, bend your knees, and go ahead and let your legs sway back and forth, releasing the spine. So that was half bow, and then when we stand up and do baby dancer, it's going to be very similar to that. Hands under the shoulders, so you can just press into table and down dog if you want. You can do a power lift if you want. Hands are under the shoulders, gaze toward the mat, tuck your toes, press halfway up, extend the arms, and press back into down dog. That's just an optional way to get into your down dog. Okay, arrange yourself in your dog here. We're going to release that left hip. Left leg is up in line with the hip and one direction. Small circles and a little larger. Pause and other direction. Small, yes, and a little larger. And then one big step forward with your left foot. Okay, wiggle the left foot closer to the hands or the hands closer to the left foot so you're in that nice lunge, and wiggle the hips around. Releasing, releasing. Engage all the muscles of your body. We're super strong here. We're gonna take a big step. Right foot meets left. Half lift. Oh, here we are. Time for another chair. Into chair. There you go. It's always a good time for chair, isn't it? Raise your hands if you think so. I thought so. All right, let's stand tall and release. Shake it out. Whew. All right. Everybody good? What are we going to do? We're going to work on our baby dancer. Had to remember. All right. So you could try this. This is kind of a fun way to do it. Remember, you can be near something if you feel like, you know, your balance is going to be helped by even just knowing that there's something you can gently touch. Okay, so we're going to take the strap, if you have one, and wrap it around your ankle. Cross it in an X. Anybody starting to remember this? We used to do this years ago in class a lot. We've got the right foot forward with the strap crossed around the ankle. Now, step your left foot forward. Your back foot just became your front foot. Okay? The left foot is our balancing foot, so make sure all four corners are pressing nice and tight into the mat. Fix your gaze, calm your mind, and just lift your right heel. Start to feel how that feels. Start to lift the right toes. See how that's starting to feel. If it feels okay to you, then you can start to take your right leg up and back. Okay, this is what we were doing in bow, right? And release. Okay, we're going to do that on the left. Is everybody okay with this? We're going to take the strap and wrap it around the left ankle. Okay, and you're like, I have both my hands on the strap, and you said use the wall if you need. Well, I'll show you what to do. Take your right foot through, bend your left knee, and slowly draw it up. Okay, now you can take it in as many stages as you want, because depending on how your sides are, right? Okay, so let's say you want a hand on the wall. Just take both ends of the strap into one hand and use your other hand. We're not leaning on the wall, but the wall is just here for a little stability for us, and release. All right, so that's one way to do baby dancer. With the arm extender. The strap is your arm extender. You can do it that way again, or you can do it without the arm extender. Take your right leg up, grab your right ankle, and start to come into baby dancer with the left arm up. Okay, so you might have that strap wrapped around your right ankle, left foot forward, and be coming into baby dancer like this again. That's a perfectly great way to do this. You might, and release. Okay, and let's try it on the other side. Is everybody okay with this? Because there's a million other ways you can work on your balance besides doing this. Okay, so try it on the left, either holding your left ankle or with the strap. Remember how we were pressing the ankle into Well, let's come down first, and then I'll chatter. Remember in bow, we were pressing the ankle into the hand? That's the same thing we do in baby dancer, okay? We press the ankle into the hand. All right, so try it one more time on each side. And if you've been hating this, then just do some other kind of balance. What do you feel like doing? Okay, so either a baby dancer on the right and a baby dancer on the left, or if it's not your thing tonight for baby dancer, then do a tree. Do a sun and moon. Once on each side. It's challenging. One of the nice things we're doing is getting a stretch in the front hip flexor here. That's one of the nice things about baby dancer. And when you're done once on each side, come to your equal standing. Close your eyes and just notice the sense of balance, if there's any sense of ease in your body. How's the breath moving? Just breathing. All right, and let's shake it out. We're going to come into warrior two. So take your legs wide. So by wide, when we're coming into warrior two, if you extend your arms, your ankles are almost under your wrists. Turn your right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle here. Bring your hands to your hips. Now we want the hips to be not hiked, but we want them to be level, and bend your right knee. Check to see that your knee is over your ankle and tracking through the center of your foot. Shoulders over hips, arms in line with the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to come in and out of this by straightening the right leg, bringing the hands to the heart and looking forward. And open back into warrior two. Straighten, look forward. Open warrior two. Straighten, look forward. Open warrior two, and hold here, feeling balanced and grounded, waist from the waist to the earth, nice and strong from the waist to the top of the skull, light and lifted. And bring your hands to heart center. Take all 10 toes forward, folding, bring your index fingers to your hip creases here. Keeping the hips over the ankles, inhale with a long spine. Remember, hips are staying over the ankles. Fold forward. Anybody feeling those hamstrings? Inhale and exhale. Now, if you want to, let your hands go farther down your legs as far as you want, to the point where it's good for you in this forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips, come halfway up, take your arms out by the shoulders, up by the ears, and lift the arms up. Inhale, and as you exhale, step your legs closer together. Maybe you wound up right back in mountain pose, or maybe you needed to move your feet a few times. Doesn't matter. Let's open those legs wide again. Turn the left toes to the left, right toes in at an angle. We're wide. Left knee is over the ankle. Hips are level, like the pelvis is level here. Left knee over the left ankle, and it's tracking through the center of the foot. Okay? Arms are out in line with your shoulders. Okay, so this tracking through the center of the foot, super important. You don't want your knee doing this. That's why I always say that. You don't want your knee going whoop. You want it right through the center of your foot, arms out to the side, gazing past your left fingertips. And we're going to the heart, leg straightens, look forward. Open back up into warrior two. to the heart. Open, warrior two. One more time, to the heart. Open and settle into warrior two, gazing past your left fingertips. Feeling balance. You feel the weight and grounding of the lower body and the lifting and spaciousness of the upper body. Now bring your hands to your heart and turn all 10 toes forward. You know where your hip creases are, keeping hips over ankles. Fold halfway forward. You can fold less, but try and stay halfway for now. If you're feeling your hamstrings, inhale and exhale. And then come on up. Notice how the feet press into the earth as you draw your body up. And then find your way, feet to hip width distance apart. You can hop, you can heel toe, you can step them together, however you want to get there. We're going to come to the top of the mat. On your way, if there's something you want for final relaxation, if you have an eye pillow or a bolster for under your knees or anything else, just go ahead and grab that. And once again, we're going to just freestyle, let the body move, see what it's asking for. And then find your way to mountain pose. Mountain pose at the top of your mat. Close your eyes and just observe what's going on with your body from head to toe. All right, blink your eyes open. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. Take a half lift. We're sinking the hips down. Now you know, right? You can go through the vinyasa, but most of us are just going to go back to down dog. Okay? If you really feel like you still have some energy to burn and you want to do the vinyasa, go ahead. Otherwise, we're in down dog. Now once you get to your down dog, we take knees to one side, hips to the other, release, release. Yes. Good. And then when you're ready, bring both knees to the mat, sit off to the side. And let's find seated mountain pose here. Inhale and exhale. And shake things out. We're going to do our soft purification forward fold, and then we're going to get those hips ready for a nice relaxing evening. Okay, sound good? So let's remember what the purification forward fold is. Feet to the mat, roll down, extend both arms and both legs, inhale. Exhale, draw both knees in, hold on to your hamstrings, and we're gonna rock up and down on the spine, building up momentum till you feel like you're ready to come into a nice, soft forward fold. And then when you're ready, come back down, knees back in, rocking up and down on the spine, and forward fold when you're ready, and just do that another time or two, depending on how many rocks you're doing, how long you're staying up. And let whatever fold this is be your last one. And roll back down. Feet hip width distance apart, knees bend, inhale and exhale. Take your right ankle across your left thigh, flex your right foot. We're moving into reclined pigeon. Press your right knee away from you and draw that right leg in. Okay? So now your right leg is in, and we're going to hold on to the left hamstring. Some people hold their shin, left shin. Some people just hold the side of their leg. Okay, we're in the reclined pigeon. Make sure your right foot is flexed. Couldn't think of that word. And then your left knee in line with your left shoulder. Send all kinds of love and warmth to your right hip as it works to release for you. This is the stationary reclined pigeon, and we do hold this for quite a bit of time. Giving that hip really time to release, unwind, move into a relaxed state. And now drawing your left leg straight up, very mindfully pointing and flexing the left foot. And turning the ankle one direction, make a circle, other direction. And then go ahead and bend your left leg, release, unwind, 2 feet to the mat, let the knees gently open and close. Little butterfly wings. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left ankle across right thigh, left foot is flexed, left knee is away from the face. We draw that left leg in. Holding on to the right leg somewhere, wherever is accessible to you and feels best to you. Now, make sure your left foot is flexed and your right knee is in line with your right shoulder. And send that warm, healing breath to your left hip. Now extend your right leg straight up, pointing and flexing that right foot with great intention here. Not just flipping it around. Point and flex, and then circle one direction and the other. Okay, release 2 feet to the mat. Open and close the knees here, little butterfly wings. We're going to take the arms long out to the side and open the fingers wide, make a fist. Open the fingers wide, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Feel that energy traveling all the way up to your shoulder. Make a fist. Open wide, wiggle, wiggle. Make a gentle fist and rotate the wrists one direction and the other. With your arms long by your side, go ahead and turn your head from one side to the other, checking in with the neck, making sure the neck is happy here. Come back to center, bring your arms down by your side and check in with your body. Scan from head to toe. See if the body's asking for any particular movement. Does it want to do something? Is realignment necessary for you to be comfortable as you start to move toward your final relaxation position? Playing around with the knees. Do they want to be bent or straight tonight? What feels better for your spine? So take a moment or two to make sure everything is settled, happy, and ready for a nice final relaxation, well-deserved. The most important thing we do in our practice. Gives your body the opportunity now to assimilate all the benefits of the work you just did. So find your final relaxation position, palms facing up. Inhale through the nose. And as you slowly and gently exhale through the mouth, just allow your body to melt onto the earth. Your work is done. The earth will support you. You're in final relaxation. Begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Gently bring movement back to the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And on your next inhale, draw your arms long overhead. And exhaling, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And make your way back up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.